Will you ladies introduce yourself, how you got into this work, and then talk about the class and how people can sign up?
Absolutely. So, my name is Nikayla Mariah. I am an inner child oracle, trauma healer, and spiritual coach, and co founder of Soul Evolution. And I'm super excited to be here today.
Hello, Candace Fox here, your Master Soul Alchemist, spiritual healer, conscious relationship coach, as well as co-founder for Soul Evolution.
Yeah, I really honestly love this program we've created. Candace and I both kind of dreamed of creating a school. We didn't realize that it was going to be a healing school, but now that we have one, we couldn't imagine it any other way. And the reason I love what we do and the reason Soul Evolution became a thing was because we saw people desperate for remembering who they were and desperate for finding their power and energy and balance again, and just so overwhelmed by the systems that we've created in this world, and by the hustle and the strife and the constantly climbing the ladder. And we wanted to help men and women find reprieve and find wholeness and find validation from within without having to search for it through achievement or perfection. That being said, we also usually uncover, almost always, deep-seated trauma within there, because that trauma is what creates our need for perfection and achievement. And so this school and Soul Evolution in general was really about helping people clear out all that junk and get back to truth and purity and love.
I agree. You are doing it for me.
Yay, I'm so excited about that. For me, this school has been an amazing lesson of how different we all are, and how each of us have taken on different patterns, belief systems, and habits that have really governed our life. And that's why we utilize the chakra system as our foundational system for this work, because we are looking inside our energy bodies. Because oftentimes we can look at the physical and our mental and the mindset, but our energies really share what is going on within each and every one of us. Our energies extend out to people, and we grab onto emotions and feelings of others, or we kind of sometimes send daggers at people, especially if we're triggered and we want to blame other people or project or transfer ideas onto other people. So we find that this is a way within our school to come back to ourselves, to come back into the inner peace and knowing who we are at the atom level, right? We want to know who you are, that then can be of service to the world and support others in changing in a way that is more aligned to love, more aligned to truth, more aligned to community and connection. So our healing school has been a profound way for a lot of people to realize we are really the same. And in that, they can get along a little bit better without being so involved in other people's lives, but more focused on themselves and their goals and their dreams, but at the same time interacting with them in a loving way.
Right. And it's a year long. For those of you that don't understand, I have learned a lot just in the 2 months that I have been in the class. So you go through, can you explain the layout about how much time you spend on each chakra, and then how often class is, and then how people can sign up?
I love that you mentioned this, because people, especially in the coaching industry, think we are crazy bonkers for having a year-long course. And until you're in it, you don't realize why we did it that way. Because literally going through this is a permanent and holistic change, right? And we have to take these baby steps. And so we've created it in a way where you go through each chakra and really immerse yourself. So for the first 8 weeks, you're in chakra 1, and then you spend 8 weeks all through each chakra, except for the last 2, only because those aren't 2 chakras that we really embody constantly on earth. They're more fun and spiritual, and they really just kind of soar once you get these bottom 5 chakras open. But we create it for a year because we know after a year the change and healing that you've experienced is permanent and lasting.
And the really cool part is the reason why the longevity is because it is an experiential class. And the reason why that's so powerful is because in the experience, you learn about each of the chakras on your own, and the triggers will come up, the people will come up in order to see what is hidden within those chakras. Like, for instance, the root chakra is all about survival and belonging and family. And oftentimes we are so connected to family that we don't know how to think for ourselves, or we're so driven by survival that we don't know how to take a step back and feel safe within ourselves. So it gives an experiential experience for you so that you're integrating and learning all at the same time.
Something that school does not teach you. Education does not necessarily dive into these levels.
Not always, that's for sure.
And I've missed some classes, but I've been able to watch the replays. As crazy as life can get, that might happen. And you alternate different days. You can talk about that. And it's how long it is.
Yeah, so we have 90-minute classes every week, and they always oscillate between 2 different days. So, for example, one class might be every other Tuesday, where the other class is every other Thursday. And we do that for people because we do have a lot of working men and women in our courses. And like you said, some can make it on a Tuesday, but every Friday they're absent, so they can watch the replays. The cool thing about our course is we've created a whole online portal for our students. So once class is recorded, we put it in this membership portal, and they have all the homework questions, they have all of the videos, and they have lifetime access to it. So they take the course, and maybe, they had something crazy happen and they missed one of the chakras. Well, they get to go back and redo it at their own pace forever. And a lot of students even redo the course. Like, after the first couple of years, they'll go rewatch all of the course again because different points will hit in their lives. And that's one of the coolest things about our program is it's a lifelong journey, and the connections and sister and brotherhood that you make in this course are lifelong as well. Like, we have students who travel to one another, who watch each other's kids, who are each other's biggest allies and talk every day. And so, it's a year of your life that you're putting into this, and you're creating a whole future with energy and healing and tribe. It's really beautiful.
One thing I would love to share about is that not only do you get the weekly group classes, you also get one-on-one coaching calls with myself and Nikayla, one each quarter, so that we can really ground into what is going on for you at that time. And then you can also purchase additional sessions for a discounted rate for the students. Also, we have amazing guest speakers from all over the world that really have a expertise in their subject around that chakra that we're talking about. And that's so powerful because then it gives the students an understanding, like, it's not just us that's doing this work. It's like thousands of other people that are honing in on raising their consciousness and being able to see from a different perspective, see from a higher point of view, so that they can live their lives in alignment with themselves and their higher selves.
And catch those blind spots, because everybody needs a coach. Everybody needs somebody outside of themselves to be able to see what you don't see or you miss.
Absolutely. I think sometimes we get in our own way, and oftentimes if we know that we know things, then we're already limiting ourselves from what else is possible, because there's always these layers. I've been doing a lot of this work for the past almost 20 years, and I find that each time we even go through this class, Nikayla and I literally are finding out more about ourselves, and we're going along with the students in the shifts and transitions, and we're discovering new things about who we are and what we've done. And it's powerful because we all are growing at the same rates.
You're re-experiencing it as well.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I think that experience part is the part people get hung up on a lot, right? Because so many people don't want to heal, or even the word heal is like terrifying for them because they don't want to look at their truths. Mm-hmm. And I think the cool thing about, soul evolution is that we make it special because you're hearing everybody else's truth too. And so you say this thing, right, that you never thought you could face or say out loud. And almost every other person in the group resonates. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is okay. I'm still alive. I looked at this truth. I looked at this thing in my life that I really thought was making me a terrible person or an invalid person or unworthy person. And all these beautiful beings feel the same way. Oh, maybe I am okay, right? And it makes healing so much easier, because I think sometimes when we look at our shadows and the negative things, we isolate ourselves and we try to pretend
Yes.
that we're the only ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Healing School shines the light on everyone's light and everyone's darkness.
And when you liberate yourself, you liberate others around you as well. It's scary to unpack some of this stuff. It really is. But when you have a supportive group like we do in class, it's beautiful because you know that you're supported and you're in a safe space when you may not have been in a safe space growing up. And then you've lived your life in that same limiting space. So it's time to expand.
Oh yeah, and that's the biggest thing is our main motto is free your soul and transform your life. Because
I like that.
in actuality, our personalities and all these limitations really inhibit us from where we want to be. And our soul really knows all the details. And if we can be in alignment to that, which is pretty much the way we run the class, is to connect with your soul, to really hear your own truth, to really follow that truth, then you're really moving into a place where you transform your life on so many levels.
Professional, personal, relationships,
Sexual,
dreams,
financial.
you free up some time. You ladies help me free up some time, which that was always my excuse. I don't know if I have time. Great. Thank you so much. And how can people sign up for the class or get more information? I'll have all the show notes with your website and at Sacred Soul Evolution, your Facebook, your all your social media.
Yay. Yeah. I mean, honestly, we're pretty flexible. We are going to give you a link for a free 15-minute call. They can choose either Candace or I to connect to. And that's always the easiest, because then we can talk and connect and it's not so scary. But yeah, for sure. Also the website and any of our social media platforms, we're very responsive on.
And our website is soulevolutionretreats.com. Again, that's soulevolutionretreats.com.
All right, I'll write that down and then I'll link over to your website. All right, ladies, thank you for your time.
Thank you.